When I used to drink, that's how I dance. David Douglas!
So good to see you, man. How are you? Good.
Must be nice to have it done and look at it. Just the experience of being out there. You're not new to going to these places and showing us interesting things, but just this experience specifically in Madagascar.
Well, Madagascar is not on anybody's list of places to go to usually because it doesn't seem to make it onto the top of any lists. It's kind of a dark closet as far as the world goes, and if you're a filmmaker, if you're a wildlife filmmaker, it is the place that you hear about that you know you want to try to get to someday, but you never get there.
What's interesting is in this film, and you do a great job of telling us, you lay it out for the audience that, look, things have changed. The natural habitat has changed. Humans played a big role in this, and we're losing lemurs, and as we often do. We're losing lemurs, we're losing habitat, and there's real trouble here.
Yeah, well, the 90% of Madagascar's forests have been burnt away through this very crude slash and burn agriculture, which came with these people from Asia, and so the result of that is that the forest which has supported these creatures for 60 million years is dwindling to the point of non-existence. It's fragmented, and so these creatures have been squeezed into these ever smaller pieces of territory which are more and more vulnerable. So we've got about 100 species of lemurs that are left in the world, and they all live in Madagascar in these little tiny fragments. And we're just hoping we can get enough attention turned on that island that we can bring an end to this burning. Which basically, if we can stop that, we can probably save the lemurs.
Yeah, and you tackle that head on in the film for sure. And what's amazing, as usual, with the stuff you work on is there's access. The closeness we get to. You never got to touch a lemur, though, did you?
Oh, sure.
You did?
Oh, yeah. Lemurs are they have a very gentle touch. They have hands just like we do.
I had one on my head once, and it was very gentle as a word. Yeah.
Yeah, soft, gentle animals. They didn't survive in competition. They survived in cooperation all this time. And that's why I think their nature is very, they're just not aggressive.
What is the essence of a good wildlife film, one that has depth?
Well, I think if we can connect to the animals in a way that where we come to respect the lives that they live, because it's not easy being a wild animal. And they
now with us marauding around the place, right?
That's right. We're not making it any easier, but they live interesting lives, especially the primate family, which the lemurs are and which we are. They and we have emotional lives and intellectual lives, and we have all kinds of judgments that we make and plans that we make, and so do the lemurs. This is not a human. Solely a human capacity. This is spread across the animal kingdom.
I was thinking about the context of a conversation I had with Farley Mowat once, the author, and he was here, and after the war, he had seen such horrible acts created by humans that he went up to the wilderness, and it was his place to find the beauty. And I was thinking, over the years, you've seen humanity do so many things, sure, some good. Did it change how you view people?
Oh, I think sure. I mean, I think I had the same sort of reaction when I finished. I did a film quite a long time ago called Fires of Kuwait, and that was difficult to feel positive about it. In spite of the fact that it's an inspirational human story, there's an awful lot about the background there that was pretty dark and sinister. And so after that, I went to the Antarctic for months and months and made a film about penguins just to get away. And I was so glad not to have to even know where my wallet was for 6 months.
Are you in the room with Morgan Freeman? Do you say to him, a little less Morgan Freeman, a little more Morgan Freeman? Like, how do you...
Well, no, sometimes you can say maybe a little faster at the end of the sentence, or you can, I mean, he's a great actor, and he wants to have direction so that he can do the best possible job, and he's the guy that we believe, and he just brings such a amazing credibility to the words so we're all very happy that he's helping us.
Do you guys have the one that got away thing? Have you got that one thing that got away from you, the shot, the moment that haunts you?
No, I don't let them get away.
No. You've never missed a shot. Never. What's the one thing you want to go get now? I mean, I was looking at your filmography. You've been in every part of the globe and beyond.
Well, I mean, I'm always my favorite film is always the next one. I'm always building on the technology and on what we've just learned, and I think that's the way we keep the medium alive, and it's certainly what keeps it alive for me.
Is there a story you want us to tell? Is there a part of the world you want to see?
Well, I'd like to do another film or two about the oceans. I'm working on a couple of ideas about collective intelligence, what's called the superorganism, which is vast collections of creatures which, all supply their own specialties to a reasoning technique that does more than any individual could do themselves. And this happens with ants. This happens with people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you want to do it in human terms, then you can't escape the analogy of the internet and the human beings as being the next superorganism, interplanetary superorganism.
I like that. That also sounds like a Yes album. I love it. Good to see you. Thanks for your time.
Thanks a lot.
Really appreciate it. David Douglas. The film's called Island of Lemurs, Madagascar. On Friday, it opens in IMAX. David Douglas. We'll be right back.